Hello. Today I'm going to demonstrate and hopefully show some users how to engage targets with the GBU system, guided bomb unit, laser guided bomb, smart bomb, whatever you want to call it, and effectively bomb targets. I'm doing it because there's a lot of people on the forums asking how to do it and whatnot. So I'm going to try and keep this fairly simple. You're going to need to have the coolie switch left and right on the HODAS. You're going to need to have the slew bound as well, and you're going to need to have the TMS, I believe it's down mapped. And you also want the DMS zoom in, zoom out mapped as well, up or down. So those are quite a few controls there. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take off, and we're going to do a few systems en route. Alright, there we go. We want to shut that off. There we go. Alright. Now that we're airborne, the target is right here about our 5 o'clock. So what I'm going to do is we're going to turn on the master arm, the laser, and the targeting pod. From there, we're going to go to the DCS page, and then I'm going to go to GBU 10 right here on station number 4 and station 10, 4 and 8 right here, GBU 10. From there, I'm going to go to the profile page. We want right here on the left side, mode CCRP. That's the left MFD, the right side. So hit that where it says CCRP. We want single and save. Hit the stat page to go back to the main DCS page. You can see right here on the heads up display that we've got symbology now for CCRP mode, which is continuous calculated release point. The targeting pod takes just a minute or so to heat up, or rather for the FLIR to cool off. So we will have to wait on that. I'm going to go ahead and make my steer point the targeting area. While I'm here as well, I'll go back and show some other stuff on the DCS page. I've got 3 Mark 82 bombs on, I believe, my right side, sure enough. Okay, so I'm going to go into this profile, station number 9. It says MK or M82 Air 3. It shows you the number that you have remaining. We're going to go into profile. I want to drop 2 of these each time that I hit the weapon release button. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to hit it till it says Ripple SGL. I'm going to go to the UFC. I'm going to put in 2. Hit the Ripple quantity button. You'll see that 2 pops up. And they're 75 feet apart in CCIP. So we're going to have to dive to drop these. I'm going to go ahead and save. It's pretty easy. For the Maverick missile, go to status again. AGM65D. I'm going to go here. You go to MSL. Turn the seeker on, EO, off, it says. So we're going to turn that on where it says on. And if you go over here to MAV, it will say align. It takes about 2 minutes for this to align. Our targeting pod is ready to go. So we're going to go back to the I'm going to go back to the DCS page here. We're going to select our GBU 10. I'm going to double check again, go back into the profile and make sure that it's in CCRP mode. I guess it resets when you do. Save that. Now I'm going to go over here, go to the TGP for targeting pod. I'm going to hit air to ground, or AG. Now the camera is looking straight ahead pretty much. Our targeting area is about to our 1 o'clock. Now what I'm going to do is, using the coolie switch, I'm going to hold it for about 2 seconds and make this display my sensor of interest. You see where it says not SOI. We want to get rid of that. So now it's sensor of interest. You can tell by the green box around it. Now we can use the HODAS slew to slew the designator around. It's going to look like a little diamond. You can see the diamond on the heads-up display moving around now, as well as here. So I've got where I want it to be. There's an AA. I'm going to zoom in using the DMS up and down, TMS right or down, I'm not really sure which one it is, to make that the point target. And pretty much all I have to do is just keep a level flight path. What I'm going to do, you want to keep these two lines as close to center as possible, like I'm doing here. What's going to happen is, at the top you can see it started to count down, 19, 18. We want to go ahead and hold down the weapon release button. And when it's time to drop the weapon, you can see the countdown on the top right there, maybe. 7, 6. Now when it's time to drop the weapon, it will automatically release. And because this is a guided bomb unit, we don't really have to be perfectly lined up either, but it doesn't help, or it doesn't hurt either. So we're going to look right here. We've just dropped it. You can see that it's white on the station here, showing us that we're empty now. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we can see the impact. And that was a direct hit. Pretty straightforward, not too hard. The cool thing with this is the targeting pod also, when you make it the point target, stays in the same place the whole time. So let's see, I got time to do a Maverick as well, so I'm going to go down to station number 3 for the AGM-65D Maverick. We're going to go to the Mav page. It has finished aligning and the seeker has come alive. And we're in the clouds here. I need to get out. Let's see. I do have another AA gun that's down there, and I really honestly have no idea where he's at because he's in among the buildings. So the bad part about that is we're going to have to get in low enough for him to shoot at us to find out. Right now I'm going to make a pass with this Maverick missile. Again, if it's not sensor of interest on the right, you want to make it that way by holding down the coolie switch. In this case it already is. And I'm going to start slewing the designator around, as I'm doing here. And there we go, we've got a signature. So you can continue to move this around. This is a fire and forget weapon. And I'm not really holding it very steady right there. Trying to explain what I'm doing and whatnot, it's kind of hard. And that is a positive hit, if you could see it on the ground. So now that I've shown you how to fire a Maverick, you don't even have to do anything with the Maverick really. You just have to slew the designator over the top of a heat signature, and usually want to identify it with your camera first, but it's pretty easy. Once it gets a lock, then you can fire.